mean, seriously, are we really thinking that the woman on the right is such a beautiful woman whose face launched 1,000 ships?
Angel Reese is trash.
We need to have a real conversation as to why people hate Alandria.
Let's get into it. Olandria Carthen. Olandria was Love Island Season 7 contestant. As a dark-skinned, unambiguously black woman, her journey on the show sparked a lot of conversation. Throughout the season, she faced scrutiny, public humiliation, and often was viewed as the villain. When she left the show, she exploded into stardom and became the season's biggest breakout star. She has worked with major fashion and beauty brands and has graced the covers of Vogue and many major magazine brands and walked the world's most notorious red carpet shows. Olandria's polarizing appearance doesn't fit the beauty standard that people are used to seeing in the mainstream media. She has strong, prominent features, higher cheekbones, and a more defined facial structure. She doesn't fit the Eurocentric beauty standards. Because of that, her looks have become a frequent topic online.
I don't think Olandria is as attractive as people hype her up to be. That's what this person says on Twitter. We have to talk about how people are uncomfortable with dark-skinned, beautiful women, including other dark-skinned women. She in the comments screaming, this is not about colorism, y'all. Y'all always want to make everything about colorism. And I'm going to explain to you why it is about colorism. And it's not because you don't find her attractive. It's because you have to be boisterous about finding her unattractive. You have a hateful spirit towards dark-skinned women. Why would I see a beautiful dark-skinned woman being praised by every source, by everybody? And my first thought is, I have to let the world know that I don't find her attractive, though. Y'all have this need to humble dark-skinned black women. And if they are getting a certain level of attention, if you feel like they're getting too much praise, if you feel like all fronts, white, black, Dutch, Puerto Rican, Irish like them, you start to feel uncomfortable with that. You start to feel like, no, that's not what it's supposed to be. So now you're on here telling us about how she's not that cute and you don't really get it. But it's like, who asked you though? You have a weird feeling about dark-skinned women up here. I would give it to y'all if y'all just felt that way about, if you were just a generalized hater. Like if I went on your page and you said, oh, Sydney Sweeney ain't all that cute, or this person ain't all that cute, or that person ain't all that cute. But no, this is the only person you decided is not all that cute. Huh?
It's just so sad that even between three beautiful dark-skinned women, people find a way to discriminate. And that's with featureism that I feel like is less talked about. Like I've seen so many comments like these kind of being like, oh, like, I don't understand why Alandria is so hyped up. She's not that like pretty. Like, oh, Shelly and Coco, you know, are like the beautiful dark skins. And I'm like, so what happened to all of them being beautiful? I'm like confused. And people are like, oh no, because Shelly and Coco have a softer look and Alandria has more of a striking, severe look. What does that mean? And again, it comes back to featureism. And there'd be other black girls saying this, by the way.
Olandria's rise to fame challenged expectations that still exist in many parts of our society.
I think the reason why people don't understand that Alandria's beauty is next level is because you have to look at it from an artistic perspective. Alandria's beauty is essentially art. She's a muse. When fashion designers and stylists look at her, ideas start to pop off in their head because an outfit is not an outfit without a muse. If you grew up in the early 2000s, like during the Y2K era, that was like a lot more common. Fashion is art, so when you see her in couture, you have to understand that the face card is part of it. It's part of the entire painting, if you will. Muse-worthy beauty is currency. That is the cha-ching. It makes sense to me that like her beauty would be misunderstood to the untrained eye. Not saying that you have to be an artist to see her beauty, because like, duh, she's fucking gorgeous. But if you're like wondering like, oh, what is it about her that's like so special? I want you to like try to think of it from that perspective.
For generations, mainstream beauty standards in much of Western media often portrayed lighter skin and white women as the standard of beauty, while dark-skinned black women have been underrepresented or celebrated for qualities other than their appearance. They often expected to be resilient, self-sacrificing, and being called strong instead of being openly desired. Olandria disrupted that narrative. Millions of people celebrate her beauty, femininity, and presence. As she shattered stereotypes, the criticism grew. She was picked apart.
So my wife had screenshotted this comment of a black man commenting under a picture of Alandria on Hollywood Unlocked. I believe that's the Instagram name, right? And he put that she is beautiful for a dark-skinned woman. Why do you even think that this is a compliment? That's not a compliment. That's a diss, because you're implying that dark-skinned women are just not beautiful or something. What is wrong with y'all dudes? What is wrong with y'all dudes? And then I go to the guy's page, bro. He has a black daughter. Like what? Like you literally can't make this up. You cannot make this up. A lot of these black men out here, bro, they really have self-hatred. Like what in his mind made him think that that was a compliment? Black men.
When you did the reunion about like the racism and stuff like that, and I've experienced it all to this day.
Yeah.
How was it for you first and now? Like, how is it now?
At first, it was overwhelming because it came in by the boatload.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna lie, with me growing up, I was always getting hated on.
Yeah.
But like not to this capacity.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn,
exactly.
like the world.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a lot at first. I ain't gonna lie, it sent me to like a little mini depression at first. But I was like, girl, remember who the fuck you are. Like, you know, get your team together and pop out. And that's, once I started doing that, popping out, you know, having all this shit going on, and I started seeing like it's kind of ruffling some feathers a little bit. I'm like, okay, let me continue to pop my shit. Let me make you matter. Like, let me keep going, making you mad. For real. And it's so funny because like even now, like they don't really have much to say. They'll just like nitpick at you.
Yeah, they'll say small
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're just mad. Yeah. Like, how are you keeping up with somebody that you literally don't like? If I don't like you, you're blocked. I'm muting you. I don't see you.
Yeah.
They'll literally have like an ongoing discussion about me.
Is it just me, or has the hate with Alandria been getting completely out of control? I have a Reddit account, and sometimes Love Island like posts will come up, and the amount of people that hate on Alandria, and I'm telling you, they're not black women. It's not the black women. Just 2 months ago, y'all were all up in her ass crack, loving her down. Now, all of a sudden, you guys hate her. Now, all of a sudden, her tiny waist isn't tiny waisting. Like, honestly, it just shows me how much people are casual haters, because Alandria, no offense, she doesn't even have like a personality that you could get mad at, or is doing anything that you could get mad at. So it's like, what are you guys mad about? Unpopular opinion about Alandria. I don't even have it in me to pretend like this is an unpopular opinion, but like Alandria is what happens when you really don't give up about the haters. When you really say, I actually don't give a fuck about the haters, and you keep it stepping and you continue to live your gorgeous life the way that you want to live it. Because look at her now at Vanity Fair's Oscars party in the most stunning dress that looks like it was sculpted to her body, like literally sculpted to her body, getting filmed by Vogue. Like, that level of unfuckwittable just comes from like fully not giving a fuck. Not to be that person, but if we're gonna talk about it, like, and where's Huda with a restraining order against her? I only bring up Huda because the way you guys were bashing Alandria in defense of Huda was so insane. I just have to point it out to you where the two of them are right now. So yeah, long story short, Alandria is ethereal and she's a goddess from heaven. And like, my eyes can't even handle what I'm seeing right now.
Hey, I'm gonna make a new Odyssey movie. Awesome, you make amazing movies. We trust your judgment. Can't wait to see who you cast. Lupita Nyong'o. Oh, she's a great actress. Who is she gonna play? Helen of Troy. Helen of Troy? The daughter of Zeus, the most beautiful woman in the world. You think that is her? See, it's already sparking controversy. People are going to war over her, just like Helen of Troy, further proving my point. No, people aren't fighting because she's beautiful. People are fighting because she isn't. Okay? Was Halle Berry not available? There would have been no controversy with that. Exactly, I am protected. If you don't like my choice, you're racist. Just like if you don't like my choice of Elliot Page as Achilles, you're transphobic. The greatest warrior to have ever lived. You think that Elliot Page is the best choice for that? Because he beat the inner battle of gender identity. Sometimes people just want to watch a movie.
The Odyssey is a film directed by Christopher Nolan based on ancient Greek mythology. The story follows Odysseus, the legendary king of Ithaca, on his long and dangerous journey home after the Trojan War. Along the way, he faces mythical creatures, vengeful gods, as he tries to reunite with his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus. The backlash came as Lupita Nyong'o was cast as Helen of Troy, a woman whose beauty sparked the Trojan War.
I mean, seriously, are we really thinking that the woman on the right is such a beautiful woman whose face launched 1,000 ships?
This left fans divided as people defended Lupita.
Casting Lupita as Helen of Troy was such a stroke of genius because all of those dudes were like, who will go to war for her? It turns out the entire internet, and we are still fighting about it. She is the perfect Helen of Troy.
This casting choice made Elon Musk mad as he tweeted, "Chris Nolan has lost his integrity." Another person said, Helen of Troy was fair-skinned, blonde with a face that launched 1,000 ships. Because of her beauty, men started a war over her. This is an insult to the author.
Elon Musk is freaking out that Lupita Nyong'o, if I get her name right, is going to be Helen of Troy in the new movie, The Odyssey. Now, the problem is, Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman in all the world, and they're making her a black woman. Oh my God! Now, Elon and others are saying, well, what would happen if somebody took the most beautiful woman in Africa and made her a white actress? Yeah, that would be weird. Of course, that's because we've had, thousands of years of oppression against black people, with white people kind of usurping them. So yeah, there's some history there. But let's get more to the general topic here. First of all, I'm Greek. I'm actually Greek national here. And I'm fine with this. I don't care. Yeah, Helen of Troy, she was one of us. But this is acting. The whole point, God, people do this in the movies and in plays all the time. It drives me a little nuts, but they do it. Like Shakespeare I saw Shakespeare once, they put it in the future. And I was like, okay, science fiction Shakespeare, whatever. That's what they do. They cast men as women and women as men. And by the way, Shakespeare's plays were written for men. They were all men. All the women parts were played by men. So is it wrong to have them played by women? I mean, guys, even Elon said, forget about the prettiest woman in Africa. They were also saying, well, how would you feel if a white woman was cast as a black woman? Honestly, I wouldn't care, because I think actors should be cast as anybody. This bullshit about, only transgender actors can play trans roles and only gay actors can play gay roles, that's just the dumbest thing ever. It's acting. You pick the best freaking actor. You don't limit it to just one crowd. But I'm sorry. First of all, she really is beautiful. But for these guys, you know what? They're all upset about it. The people that are upset about it, it's racism. That's what's going on. That's absolutely going on. They wouldn't care if it wasn't a Greek. Oh, by the way, should she be Greek? Right? Oh, it's an Irish woman. How dare you pick an Irish woman to be the most beautiful woman in Greece? Right? I mean, it just never ends with this stuff. What do you guys think? Am I nuts on this? Not nuts. I don't think I'm nuts on this at all. But it drives me a little nuts. And frankly, final point here. Now who's DEI, Elon? Now who's DEI? Now who's demanding that only certain groups should get certain things and it's offensive and I'm a snowflake, huh? Now who's the snowflake, Elon? Right? He's doing the exact same thing that the people who say only trans actors and only gay actors and this kind of crap. Same kind of thing from Elon now, right? But of course, added twist, of course, it's a beautiful black woman, and with these guys. Anyway, what do you guys think? Join in the comments.
Imagine you've seen the trailer. What did you think of it? What are some of your initial impressions?
Well, first of all, I love that we have an Odyssey movie. I think Nolan's a good director to take it on. I don't think it's ever been done successfully. I've done a couple of stage productions of the Odyssey. They were okay. I think it's a really hard story to contain. So we'll see how he does that. I think the controversy is right. I think that, I find every time I say anything about antiquity, people get pissed off. I on one podcast, I said that I was talking about the influence of Africa on Greece. And of course, I include Egypt and Africa because Egypt's in Africa. Look at a map. And I said, half the Mediterranean is the coast of Africa. And you would have thought that I would have just killed a bunch of children. I mean, people just got really mad at denying this. But the ancient world was a place that was very interconnected. And we've got to stop looking at antiquity through our own modern lens, right? It wasn't the modern world. It was different to us, which is what makes it fascinating. So, there was a big debate about they cast a black actor in the role of Helen. And, I think one of the comedians said, well, let's actually analyze Helen. She's the daughter of a swan, right? I mean, this is how kind of ridiculous it gets when we start to think about historical accuracy when it comes to mythology. So, I think that I embrace it. I think it's great. And if it drives people to go see the Odyssey and gets people to read the Odyssey and take my class and read my books and my colleagues' books, great, I welcome it.
Whoopi Goldberg came to her defense while mocking Elon Musk's looks. She added that Lupita is considered one of the most beautiful women. She said, when it comes to art, go sit down, please. While the Odyssey grossed $264 million in its first debut weekend, Elon Musk vowed to fix the historical era using Grok AI. This debate about Odyssey casting Lupita is very emotional for dark-skinned black women who have only been cast in films that emphasize struggle, pain, and suffering, rather than the center of romance, glamour, or legendary beauty. Lupita spoke to CNN Inside Africa about winning an Oscar for 12 Years a Slave. She said, I quote, "But you know what's interesting is that after I won an Oscar, you'd think, oh, I'm gonna get lead roles here and there. Instead it was like, Lupita, we'd like for you to play a role where you're a slave, but this time you're in a slave ship."
Y'all hoes is mad I'm a Victoria's Secret model because I'm a black queen, and that's what it is. And I'm gonna work that shit on Wednesday.
At this point, I am starting to think that Angel Reese being in the WNBA is like a safety concern for her. Because I'm not sure why everybody got this pent-up aggression against her, but it's actually disgusting to watch. If you're unaware, Angel was playing in a game the other day, and one of the coaches called her a, quote, protected species. In the context of the game, a foul was made on a player that did something to Angel, and the coach was like, oh, she's a protected species because they're saying every time she plays, y'all call fouls on her in her favor, you know what I mean. Now, we could talk about the everybody's so sensitive around Angel narrative, but what I really want to get to is protected species. That coach, Sandy, is you cool, Sandy? Sandy make an apology, and in the apology, she talking about some, oh, I didn't realize the context. You didn't realize the context in a majority black woman league of calling a black woman an animal? You didn't realize the context, Sandy? And then during her apology, she talking about some, oh, it's a saying that we use in Australia, like I didn't understand the context. I'm in the comments, somebody say, yeah, I'm from Australia too, and we use protected species as a derogatory term against Aboriginals. Oh, so you was being racist when you said it. You're not slick, Sandy. You're not slick at all. I do not understand what everybody beef with Angel is. All that girl do is play and mind her business, and y'all find a way to bring drama in her life. And at this point, it really does feel like they are trying to kick her out the league, either by force or by trying to mess with her mental. This is actually very sad to watch.
If there's one athlete who proves that confidence in a black woman can make people uncomfortable, it's Angel Reese. She became one of the most polarizing athletes in sports. Every celebration, every facial expression, every interview, and every mistake seemed to spark another wave of criticism. After LSU defeated Iowa, Reese's "You Can't See Me" gesture towards Caitlin Clark dominated headlines. She was labeled classless by commentators. Angel has embraced being the villain they make her out to be. The WNBA scrutinizes her in the worst way possible.
I don't think Angel Reese loves playing basketball. I'm not sure if she even likes playing basketball. She wants to be an influencer far more than she wants to be a basketball player. She doesn't put much work into improving her basketball skills. When you're 6'3" and you're a woman, it's almost like being Shaq. It's like why Shaq never cared about free throws. He never cared about really post moves. He could just bully people because he was so big. And so in high school, she got away with it. In college, she figured out like, man, my skills won't allow me to lift up Maryland, so I better go play with some more skilled players. And so she transferred to LSU and won a national championship. Same thing is happening here. She's been transferred to Atlanta. More skilled players. We'll see.
Even on the court, she faces scrutiny for her mistakes.
I'm still very, very confused why Angel Reese is the most hated WNBA player. And I feel like the hate for her is not even close to the next person.
Strong on a three. And look out, Caitlin Clark pushes Angel Reese, and Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards has something to say as Clark.
So as you can see, Angel Reese did a slight push on the defender, grabbed the rebound. Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese. Angel Reese fell, and it turned into a whole thing. SportsCenter posted that clip, and I just want to show y'all some of the top comments on that video. She wasn't even going to make the layup. barely touched her. Reese been working with LeBron's team during the offseason. She was gonna miss that layup anyway. Is you gonna ignore Reese pushing someone in their back? Man up. Good job, Caitlyn. Good take foul. What a flop. Angel Reese acting like she was gonna make the layup. Notice Reese pushes Clark's teammate first in her back. Clark sees it and returns the favor. Reese then plays victim. Angel Reese hate button, 7,000 plus likes. If y'all go through the comments, they're all saying damn near the same thing. So after reading those comments, I'm like, damn, is Angel Reese the most hated WNBA player? And what even got us to this point? And I know about all the past stuff that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese went through, but I never knew people felt this heavy about this. And I feel like both players are good. Caitlin Clark is good, Angel Reese is good. But I'm like, why do Angel Reese get so much hate? Like if you went on Instagram or Twitter and Angel Reese had 20 points and 15 boards, they're gonna say, well, 12 of those boards were missed layups. Like, bro, why can't y'all just applaud that she had 20 and 15? And I get it, everybody has their favorites when it comes to athletes or players or whatever. But I feel like Angel Reese gets a lot more unnecessary hate. Like with the hate that she receives, you would have thought she's a dirty player. She's smacking girls in the face and shit. Like you would have thought she was doing a whole bunch of BS, but she's not. Let me know your thoughts about what I said about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Do y'all think all the hate that Angel Reese receives is justified, or do y'all think some people just go the extra mile to hate?
On October 15, 2025, Angel Reese became the first professional athlete to walk on Victoria's Secret fashion show. Of course, a lot of backlash followed.
Y'all want to see a hater in real time?
Just because you have a pretty face does not mean you should be walking the Victoria's Secret runway. Thanks, Victoria's Secret show. No one would let a model play in the WNBA championship. No one would let a model go compete for Olympic gold. So, my question for you, DM casting, why are we letting Angel Reese and Suni Lee walk the Victoria's Secret runway?
You know, it almost sounds like you're mad you didn't get picked. You already answered the question with your response. This is Victoria's Secret, honey. What else are they looking for other than a pretty face? And judging by this lineup, you are not holding a candlestick to these face cards. Furthermore, I would like to highlight that Victoria's Secret is a corporation. This is not a fashion line. This is a brand. This is a fun brand, all of that, right? Which means their marketing has to appeal to the people that are watching and buying. What better way for people to buy the clothes than to have Angel Reese, Suni Lee, and Quinn Blackwell? By the way, I want Suni's outfit, okay? So don't be mad at these girls because you didn't get picked. Be mad at all of the other girls that beat you out, because these were the only 3 influencers / athletes on the runway, honey. It's okay. You just weren't hitting this year. So stop being corny. Go try again. Go dust your mug and come back. But based off this video and you calling out the casting, you might not ever get that chance again. Oh well.
Angel Reese is literally hated for no reason. No reason at all besides being herself. Unapologetically. Angel Reese is literally inspiring black girls. Matter of fact, not even just black girls. Girls in general to have the confidence to be themselves, to think outside the box, to have confidence, to walk with your head high no matter who's coming.
If beauty standards claim that dark skin isn't desirable, then Anok Yai's career completely challenges that idea. She didn't just become a successful model, she became fashion's most sought-after faces. Yet, despite her being one of the most celebrated models of her generation, Anok Yai has been subjected to online criticism, colorist remarks, and debates about her appearance.
The thing is, we can't go anywhere without someone saying, you're black.
Yeah, every day.
It can never be.
It's like, I'm not just a model. It's like, you gotta be the black this, you gotta be the black that, you gotta be da-da-da-da-da.
You can't be, you're an artist. She's a black artist.
She's the black artist.
It makes you feel like the only reason why you're incorporated into the conversation is because you're black.
Think that race is being used as a trend.
Oh my god, exactly. Are you kidding me? Is the sky blue?
In 2017, a photo of her at Howard University's homecoming went viral, launching her modeling career almost overnight. In 2018, she became the first black model in over 20 years to open a Prada show, and the first South Sudanese model to do so. She worked for major fashion houses, graced the cover of Vogue and major magazines, and became one of the industry's most recognizable models. Her success has challenged long-standing beauty standards by placing a dark-skinned black woman at the center of luxury fashion. When she was named Model of the Year Year by the British Fashion Council at the 2025 Fashion Awards, she sent a message to her haters.
So when I first entered this industry, I had nothing but a dream, my work ethic, and the audacity to succeed. So when I had my viral moment, I remember constantly hearing the phrase, milk it, milk it. Take advantage of the 15 minutes. And I was told that I would be a flash in the pan, and then I would be crushed by the machine that is the fashion industry. And then my career will only last 6 months. It's been a long 6 months, huh? So as I entered, I knew to become someone, I had to be great. If I was ever going to amount to anything, I knew that I would have to work twice as hard, take twice as many risks, be the most innovative model that I could be. And at the end of the day, I didn't have anything to fall back on. I didn't have parents in the industry, I didn't have a trust fund to rely on, anyways, but what I did have was a bloodline of resilience and strong-willed parents who sacrificed everything for my future. I am a refugee, and there's nothing stronger than that. So I perfected my walk. I made sure every editorial that I did was better than my last, and I locked in every Met Gala. Jesus Christ. And I locked in, huh? But no matter what I did, I felt like it was never enough. There was many times where I did want to give up, but instead I chose to fight and take up space in rooms that I felt like they weren't built for me. I fought for myself, and I believe in my dream, and somehow I made it here on the stage. And I want to thank every single person in this room who has supported me and helped me through my journey. I want to thank Kyle Hagler, who took his chance on me. I want to thank my mom and my dad, who protected my spirit in this industry. And all in all, I dedicate this award to all the creatives who are waiting for their moment. Remember that delay is not a denial.
She ended the speech by giving a message to little black girls.
To all my little black girls who are watching me right now, your color is not a curse. You are not a trend. You are not unfortunate. You are worthy. You are capable. You are more powerful than you can imagine. Thank you so much for seeing me. And I see you.
This video is not about Olandria, Lupita, Angel, Reese, or Anok Yai. It's about a pattern. The stories we've looked at have one thing in common. Despite the criticism, they kept winning.